Good morning everyone. Are you preparing for UPSC or any state PCS exam? Are you reading today's The Hindu newspaper? If you have a list of articles you need to read from today's newspaper in your hands, would it save your time? Welcome to Dhruva IAS Academy's News Navigator. We will provide you relevant articles from today's The Hindu newspaper 11th February 2025 and map them to the subjects. Let's look into it. If we analyze today's news articles, they fall under three categories: end-to-end reads, Google Notes, and instant notes. What these are, I will be explaining at the relevant categories itself. End-to-end reads. This particular category is where you must read the entire article and make notes out of it. The first article in this category is in page number 6, that is an editorial article. Gaza's and Trump's expanding the canvas strategy. This particular article is important for IR of GS2 as well as GS3 economy. Kindly cover these dimensions when you are reading this article. The next article that you need to read fully is in page number 6, which is also an editorial article. It talks about global north and global south and how India plays a crucial role in it. This falls under again GS2 IR section. At the same time, if we talk about GS3 economy section. When you are reading this article, kindly look for these dimensions and make notes out of them. The next article that you need to read is in page number 7. This one talks about the live-in relationships and what is the difficulty in codifying it. Basically, this particular article has taken recent Uttarakhand government's Uniform Civil Code Act. So you need to read this article fully, even though they have taken the reference of Uttarakhand's Uniform Civil Code, but in general the article has explained the difficulties in live-in relationships identification as well as legalization. So cover these and make notes. It is important for GS1, which is Indian society. Also, it is very important for optionals like sociology and anthropology. The next article that we need to read fully is in page number 7. It talks about the center's allegation to the key schemes that delivers the justice, especially if we talk about the police forces and other aspects. So kindly cover these as this article falls into GS2 governance as well as justice. Apart from these articles that you need to read fully, the articles that are there in the newspaper but it's not worth reading the entire article, but rather one or two elements that is mentioned in the article we need to search more and read. So that's why it is a Google and Note. So the first thing under this is PM POSHAN. So what is this scheme and what are the objectives of it, what are the provisions of it, and what are the achievements of it? The next one is corporate social responsibility. Some of you might already know what is corporate social responsibility, but others might not. So for an extra caution, kindly everyone read what is corporate social responsibility and it is applicable to whom. If corporates are supposed to pay a certain amount, what is the percentage of it and where the corporate has to invest that particular amount. Is education is part of it, is tourism is part of it, and any such categories. The next one that is there in the newspaper is regarding the disqualifications. The Supreme Court has taken into consideration why criminals has to enter into parliaments and state legislatures. This is just a discussion, not an judicial pronouncement. So read about that. The next one that we need to look is of Office of Governor and what are the controversies associated with it and how the Office of Governor impacts the federal structure of India. This particular article has already been covered in our 7th February 2025's News Navigator. If you need further clarification, kindly go and visit that video. Apart from this, there are certain data points that are worth mentioning in your notes. We don't have to read the entire articles, but rather mention these points directly in your notes. Yesterday's News Navigator, we have discussed about 5th gen fighter jets, and India doesn't have a 5th gen fighter jet. In today's articles, they have mentioned about a prototype, that is LCA Mk2. Remember, it is just a prototype. So kindly mention it. As of now, India doesn't have a 5th gen fighter jet that is induced into the forces. The next point that you need to mention is about the India's steel exports. As Trump is imposing more and more taxes on steel imports into USA, India's contribution into steel exports is negligible when we talk about USA. I hope this discussion is useful to you and saves your time. So that's for today's News Navigator. If you like this video, kindly like, share and subscribe. In the comment section, you let me know which article that you felt most interesting.